Okay, I think I got everything set up right. Can you guys that are in the Twitch right now, can you let me know in chat if audio levels are good? I had to set everything back up because my streaming software had an update, and I had to plug all my audio stuff back in and update my audio interface too. So just shoot me a message in chat. Let me know if the audio is good. TJH loses it about halfway down the track and he flips over. Gets a blow over. And looks like it's going to be Reese and, does that say? Viper. And, oh, Viper, another blow over there, flies off the track. Looks like he hit the, almost hit the boards out there. Hopefully he is good. Alright guys, first stream back in about 4 months. Sorry for my absence. Had a lot of personal stuff going on, and that unfortunately kept me away from streaming. Also, the winter time in general is kind of crazy in my family, so but I am going to be streaming more in the near, or not near future, currently, and going into race season. I will eventually have a list of any dates that I'm not available for, because I do spend quite a lot of my free time at my local drag strip. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'll make a list of any events that I'm going to be unavailable for. Or I should say that I'll be in out of town for. So this is a Pro 275 shootout. We're here at South Motorsports, and it's an 8th mile contest where you are running a standard pro tree. We're going to have 3 qualification rounds for a 16 or a 32 car field, depending on how many people show up. We've only been testing for about 25 minutes. Q1 starts at 8:30, so 8:30 rolls around. We're gonna close the lanes for testing and run Q1. True Street and Ziggy pulling up to the line. As I stream more, guys, I'll get back in the groove. Also, sorry if my voice sounds funny. I am not feeling the greatest today, but had some free time. Wanted to make some time to get on here and stream. So, also, if you guys can give me a heads up on how the if the video quality drops at all. I am running a new internet setup here at the new place. So last year I moved to a new house, got a new internet set up. I'm supposed to be getting 500 both ways, and the ping is typically good, but I actually stream on Wi-Fi, so because my the gateway / modem for my fiber optic is actually upstairs, and then I have a access point down here to get internet to my PC. So let me know if the quality drops so I can work on that. It typically doesn't. So hopefully we'll be good. Reese back up again for another test hit, and then we got a crock pot racing. I was going to say something pot racing. And Reese runs a 3.7 with a 209.2 miles an hour. Crock pot runs a 3.90 with a 9, about the same speed. And then we got Viper back up again. We got TJH 2971 in the right lane. TJH is the one that had that massive blowover his last test hit. Was able to get the car back to the pits and fix that thing. He has another crash. Wins the test pass. Wins quotation mark, but another hard hit, 3.783. 200. It was either 201 or 207. New cameras here at this track, so give me a minute while I get used to the new camera modes. Not used to this. There we go. There's been major updates since I last streamed, so when I got on tonight, all of my settings, all of my keybinds and stuff to switch cameras and to get you guys stuff pulled up on the screen, event info. This was just streaming. This was sort of spur of the moment, but all my keybinds were reset, so I had to quickly go through and set everything up. So we are waiting on qualifying session number 1, which is going to roll in about 4 minutes. It is 8:26. We're looking at an 8:30 start time for qualifying session number 1. GKH8 and Ethan. Ethan runs a 3.79 with a 1, 210.8. GHK, fantastic RT, 4.001. Almost said run. And we got, I think this says King North. In the right lane, left lane, jumps, and crosses the center line. 3.76 with a 9, 210. We did not get a time for H.R. Schmidt. Unfortunately, they not only were red lit, but also crossed over. In Bounty drag racing, if you cross over before the finish line or before the timers, they actually don't count your time. So that's why we had blank data. He didn't actually cross in his lane. So 3.75 with a 0, or 3.75 even for Ziggy. 3.883 for NSB. Reese back up again. Lefty in the left lane. Okay, so everybody listening, I'm assuming you are in the Bounty Drag Racing Discord. I put an announcement earlier, if y'all saw that I'm going to start streaming again. Please, if you guys have event ideas, contact me. Reese, 3.73 with a 4. Lefty, 3.77 with a 9. Anyway, please contact me if you guys have any events that you guys want streamed. When I say I only want to do main events, I don't mean I only want to do them. I mean I want to. When I say I want to do main events, I don't mean I only want to do them. If you guys have one that you really want streamed, let me know. If you have a series finale you want streamed, let me know. Going into racing season, I'm going to have, still have limited time, but I'm going to try to make time to stream. Huge blowover in the left lane, 3.93 with a 3 would be a 4.111. Now, once again, this is only test hits for now, I believe. Lane's closing in 1 minute. Lane's closing in 1 minute, so this is still testing. TJH and Victor. TJH 3.89 with a 6. Victor 4.09 with a 4. So lanes are closed. So if you have not got to the staging lanes for your test hit and you're listening to this, lanes are now closed. The next set of cars that should be going in the staging lanes will be when Reese calls qualifying number 1 to the lanes. So Ethan and Kari Royalty. So it's kind of cool when being back now. It's kind of cool that a lot of these names I don't recognize. I recognize a lot of people, but there's some people here that either have changed their names or they are new, which is very, very cool. And appreciate the support, guys. Not only with when I used to stream a lot, but coming back. Got 11 viewers right now. Not bad for not stream. That's really good for not streaming in 4 months. Thank you for not abandoning this, my streams. So Econaway 3.94 with an 8, and GKH 3.98 with a 7. JSB and Lockdown. KSB Lockdown, I'm sorry. The KS part was, I think it's KS. No, maybe it's NSB. It's annoying how the tree blocks your names. Okay, red light in the left lane. JSB, massive pass there, pretty good. 3.84 with a 9. 3.933 in the left lane. Reese pulling up next against True North. Reese, 3.71 with a 9, 211.13 miles an hour. The True North, 3.86 with a 6, 192.21. Reese Redlit. And now we have Lefty. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Lefty, 3.68 with an 8. Chef, 3.82. Even. Ziggy in the right lane. And Crockpot Racing in the left. So once again, guys, 3 qualifying sessions. Lanes are closed for testing, and we are going to be moving into qualifying session number 1 here in just a few minutes. Close race to the 8th, and it's going to be Ziggy, 3.71 with a 6. It's a 3.84 with a 7. So 3 rounds of qualifying, and then we'll go into eliminations. Assuming everything goes smoothly, we should be in elims in about, I would say, in 45 minutes to an hour. And then elims go typically pretty fast, especially depending on the car field. If we have a 32 car field, it might be a little bit slower. But 16 car fields typically go pretty fast here on Bounty. So Viper, 3.71. I didn't catch who was in the left lane. They were in I think a 3.76. I might get times wrong, guys. I'm going between like 4 different screens right now, trying to get everything pulled up in the background while I watch this testing action. Okay, so we are going to roll out for qualifying number 1, qualifying session number 1. First pass of qualifying for the night. Ethan and King. King North would get a whole shot if this was elims, 3.81 with a 9, 3.79 with an 8. Dews and Colt up next. Like I said, guys, apologies if the camera work is a little bit shoddy right now. All of the keybinds got reset, and the way the camera system works is a tad bit different than the last time I streamed. Dews in the left lane. Huge blowover in the right lane for Colt. Dews runs a 3.80 with a 3. Let me go ahead and get everyone in here except for myself because I am just streaming. Okay. Got the qualifying sheet pulled up. So now we got Carrier Royalty and the Pope. All right, green for both of them. Seems like a really close one. Oh, yeah, 3.72 with a 9, 3.74 with a 6. If this was an elimination pass, that would have been a margin of victory of just 34 thou. True North burns out. Goes a little bit past, and Reese waiting for him to stage. So Reese in True North. This should be a good qualifying pass right here. Reese jumps a little early, but North has a good pass too. Both of them have a really good pass. 3.74 with a 4 for Reese. True North, 3.9 even. I'm assuming he lost some speed when his car decided to pop a wheelie at about the 300-foot mark. Lucky it didn't blow over. Little Cookin' and cannot read their name. in the left lane. Left lane deep staged. Way late on the tree. Having some massive latency issues. 3.76 with a 1 for Chef. Econoway 3.93 with a 2. Oof. 7/10 of a second reaction time for the left lane. That's unfortunate. He would have been blown away by a mile if that was Elam's. Lefty and Ziggy. Both with a solid start. And it would go to Lefty, 3.7 with a 6. 3.73 with a 3. 212 miles an hour for the left lane. Whew. That thing was hauling. Once again, guys, it is a 8th mile contest. We are running a traditional pro tree, so, you know, both racers stage, random delay, and once the amber bulbs come on, 4/10 of a second, and them green lights are coming on, and you got to be ready. So, Corbin Customs in the right lane, Crockpot Racing in the left. And following round number 1 of qualifying, we will check the timesheets. Oh, Crockpot red lights, blows over and crosses. 3.75 with a 4 for Corbin, 209 miles an hour, almost 210. JSB in the right lane, and NSB lockdown in the left lane. Audio level still good, guys. Apologies if I start yelling and get really loud or have any stuttering or whatever. It'll be, well, I'll tell you. Oh, JSB with a massive blowover past the 8th mile, but he still has a good pass. 3.84 with a 9. 3.899 for NSB. 13th thou in the reaction time. That's a really good time off the line. And anyway, behind the scenes things, when you guys hear that echo, that sort of is me attempting to add to the realism. It's supposed to sound like I'm speaking at the drag strip from the PA system. That also gets played through my headset. My headphones that I wear, my that are plugged into my audio interface. So if I ever stutter or bumble my words or whatever, you know, stumble over my words, it's because I'm hearing that as I'm talking. That comes in through real time instantly because it's all a wired setup, so that I can hear what it sounds like for you guys. It also helps so I'm not just screaming in your ear. True Street production and Schmidt. And this should be the last pass of qualifying session number 1. True Street 3.98 with a 3. Schmidt 3.88 with a 1. We're going to go back out to our camera sitting at the front of staging, head of the staging lanes. Ethan and King North coming out for qualifying. This should be session number 2. So let's take a quick look at the timesheets. Currently, fastest pass of the event was Lefty with a 3.7 with a 6. King North 3.76 with a 9. Ethan 3.7 or 3.777. Both around 210 miles an hour. Dews and Reese pulling up. Reese had a good pass last session. Let's see what he does this time. Thank you to the 9 viewers. I think I saw 15 at once, but thank you guys for showing up to the stream. Really appreciate it. Reese crosses just after the finish line, but he's going to run a 3.73 with a 4. Deuce, 3.78 with a 6. Both with about a 9/10 60 foot. Chef, Little Cook, and True North. So North and Chef, and 3.73 with a 6 for Chef, 211.4, 3.81 with a 6, 211.5 for North. And up next is Curry Royalty and Ziggy. Looks like we also got some new sponsors for Bounty Drag Racing, so I will update my sponsor list for future streams, so we can keep up to date on that. Ziggy and Curry. Let's see. Close at the finish line, and it's going to be Ziggy, 3.7 with a 3, and 3.72 with an 8 for Curry Royalty. Holy macaroni. Somebody just flew past the finish line, Cam. Hopefully they're okay. We got Econway and Colt coming up to the line. Looks like we currently have 20 cars still in here. Well, 19 considering I'm not running. Econway blows past the starting line. Got about 3/4 of the way down the track, and I think he finally realized what he did. 3.80 with a 1 for Colt. 210.9 miles per hour. Corbin up next with NSB Lockdown. NSB Lockdown. Solid pass. NSB blows over and does a couple backflips. 3.75 with a 4 for Corbin. 3.81 with a 6 for Lockdown. Lockdown runs 215 miles an hour and then just loses it about 100 foot past the 8th mile finish line. The Pope in the right lane. Again, Schmidt in the left lane. Schmidt jumps the gun. Man, we have a lot of guys not even waiting for the tree to drop. The Pope runs a 3.73 with a 2, 210.3. 1:10 reaction time. Lefty up next in the left lane. I mean, name checks out, I guess. So for the bigger events, guys, I will be doing cool graphics and stuff to sort of add to the realism. But for tonight, we're just going to keep it pretty simple. 3.71 with an 8, 213 miles an hour. 3.73 with a 3, 209.7 miles an hour. And up next is going to be JSB Racing in the left lane. And we're going to look at JKH 8 in the right lane. Slowly crawling up to pre-stage. And they are rolling in, and both of them are going to red light. 3.83 with a 3 for GSB, 4.01 with a 5 for GKH8. True Street Production is going to be the last pair, or the last car down the track for qualifying session number 2. Duh. Econaway, you're being called back to the track. 30 seconds to get to the water box for a makeup pass. True Street Productions hits the wall, but still runs a 3.98 with a 3, 207.65 miles per hour. Econaway 73 is going to pull up. I believe this is a makeup run considering what happened to him last session. And then we should get the call to roll out from Reese. Yep, Bounty Drag Racing is sponsored by Drag Tuner, True North Residential Construction, Sunset Performance Engines, Straight Line Media, Practice Tree, Atlas Race Parts, Reese Brothers, JD Tuning, Chase It Apparel, and American Racing Headers. 3.86 with a 6, 190.1 miles an hour. Weather is changing. We are going to run into qualifying session number 3 here in just a moment. Final round of qualifying here at this Pro 275 Shootout. This event is being run, like I said, by ReeseTooTuff, so appreciate that, sir. And King North and Ethan, first pair out here in qualifying session number 3. Look at the sheets again. Fastest run still stands for Lefty at a 3.70 with a 6. 212.8. And we have King North and Ethan with the first pass of Q3. 3.78 with a 6. 3.81 with a 2. Both right around 210.5 miles an hour. Chef and Dews pulling up. Dews 3.78 with a 6, 207.14 miles an hour, 4.115, 179.43. True North and Ziggy. I really like that that paint scheme, paint livery on Ziggy's car. That thing's pretty badass. North pre-stages. North is actually gonna fully stage and then back up. And then now we're good. Ziggy and North. North pops the tires up at the finish line. 3.76 with a 6 for Ziggy. 3.94 with a 9 for North. Up next is going to be Carry Royalty and NSB Lockdown. So if you're just tuning in, we're about, I would say, a third of the way through qualifying session number 3. here in this Pro 275 shootout. Another good one, and 3.74 with a 2, 3.83 with the 3 for NSB. So up next, Schmidt and the Pope. Pope 3.76 with the 6, 210.3. Schmidt 3.90 with a 5, 205.6. Corbin in the left lane, pulling up, and Lefty in the right lane. Lefty went in the right lane. This is the first pass I think he's made all night from the right lane. So this should be interesting. Corbin's gonna red light. Lefty. Corbin, good pass. 3.72 with a 9. Lefty 3.77 with a 3. Both low 210s for speed. Viper and GKH. I love that color of Viper's car. That thing's awesome. Viper 3.73 with a 3, 207.9. 3.89, 201 for GK8. Econoway and True Street Productions. It is hot as hell in this room right now. True Street, really good start there. This should be a good one. 3.94 with a 9. It's closer than I thought. 3.999 for Econoway. Colt and JSB Racing up next. And we should be getting towards the tail end of qualifying here at this shootout. As Colt is going to roll into the beams. .79 with a 4, 210.5, 3.84 with a 9, 208.19. Reese with the final pass of qualifying tonight, and it's going to be a 3.70 with a 5, 211.27 miles an hour. 18th hour reaction time, and that should do it for qualifying sessions here at the shootout. So now we're going to look at the times, and looks like Reese is going to take the fastest pass. We will wait for the bracket from Reese. So while we have a break here, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all the support. And we will be moving into to elims here in the next couple of minutes. Here at this Pro 275 Shootout. So, Reese versus H.R. Schmidt, Cookie versus True North. I mean, not True North, King North, sorry. Cookie versus King North. Carrie versus Lockdown. Or Kari versus Lockdown. Corbin versus Colt. Lefty and Econaway. Ziggy and Ethan. Viper versus JSB Racing. The Pope versus Dews. And that is our bracket. So 16 car field. Let's get down trackside for round number 1 of eliminations. Chef in the right lane. Or Cookie in the right lane versus King North in the left. Okay, we're going to try that again. King North in the left lane, Lil Cookie in the right. And King North rolls into the pre-stage beam. Waiting on the right lane to stage. Okay, they are pre-stage. Staged, and we are off. First pair of eliminations. King North gets a hole shot, 3.786, beats a 3.774 on a 4-thou hole shot victory. Great run there, guys. Great run. Next up, H.R. Schmidt versus Reese. Too tough. Guys, a reminder, if you want to watch a replay of most of the events that I stream on this channel, I typically will upload the full race replay to my YouTube channel in the days following events. Reese is gonna red light and H.R. Schmidt gets the win. He would have lost by 0.2, but he is gonna get the win. At SB, Lockdown and Kari Royalty up next. Thanks for Reese for hosting the event. Oh, they both pop wheelies. but it is going to be the left lane. 4.58 with a 3, 168 miles an hour. Up next, Corbin and Colt. Thank you to the viewers that have stuck around for tonight's race. Appreciate you guys. Like I have said before, I'm planning on streaming a whole lot more than Colt rides out of the groove and loses a ton. 3.72 with a 9 for Corbin, beats a 3.794 for Colt. Unfortunately, he got about halfway to the 8th mile. As soon as he passed the 3:30 mark, lost the groove, went towards the wall, and that just eats you up. Lefty in the left lane, Econaway in the right lane. Both are going to be staged. Lefty red lights. Has a massive pass, but red lights by 10 thou. And Econaway is just going to sort of just take his time down the track. Doesn't want to blow any parts for no reason. Going to run an 11-second victory pass after that red light. Ethan and Ziggy. Up next, Viper and JSB Racing. Good race, and it is going to be Viper, 3.73 with a 3, beats a 3.81 with a 6. Margin of victory on that, 33 thou. Up next, Dews in the right lane, the Pope in the left lane, and I believe this is going to be our final pair of elimination round number 1. Had a lot of good passes this round, 3.78 with a 6. Beats a 3.81 with a 5. 52 thou margin of victory. And right lane with a 13 thou reaction time. That helped too. And let's go back to the staging lanes for should be round number 2 of eliminations. King North and Schmidt, Kari and Corbin, Ethan and Econaway, and Viper and Dews. Here in round 2 / the quarterfinals. King North Schmidt are going to do their burnouts, pull up to the line, and let's see who is moving on to the semis. They're staged. Green start. And And it is going to be King North, 3.76 with a 9, 210.8, beats a 3.858, 199.9. Margin of victory on that was 1.5 or 0.152. I was going to say 1.5 tenths, but that sounds stupid. So up next, we're going to have Carey versus Corbin. Carey. Not sure which way to pronounce it, but Carey waiting on his pair to pull up. So Corbin and Carey. You're tuning in. We are in round number 2 of eliminations. Green start for both of them. Close race to the 8th, and it is going to be Carey Royalty, 3.73 with a 6, beats a 3.73 with a 7. Margin of victory was nothing. Less than a thou. Our trees go to down to 1,000th of a second. Less than a thou. Oh, Econaway blows it away at the line, and by almost 3/10 of a second, 3.812 is going to get the win against a 3.899. He would have got the win anyway, but red lights always hurt. Viper in the left lane, Dews in the right lane. Last pair of our quarterfinals. After this, we're going to go into semifinals in about like a minute or two. And the last person into the semis is going to be Viper with a 3.73 with a 209.2. 3.803, 208 for Dews. Viper moving on with a 20 thou win. This has been a great round of racing. A lot of close finishes. And a great elimination so far. A lot of close finishes. We are going into the semifinals here. King North and Carey Royalty, pair number 1. And then after them is going to be Ethan and Viper. So we're going to see which one of these two is going to go on to the finals here tonight. Carey does a really big burnout, smoky burnout, slowly backing up. North waiting for him. Going, come on, let's go. I want to see if I won. Both drivers are going to bump in. And King North is going to red light, and it is going to go by default to Carey Royalty. 3.75 with a 3. 209 is going to be the 3.920, 187.2. He red lights by 1 thou. He would have lost anyway, but red lights, especially a 1,000th of a second red light, has got to hurt. So we're going to see if Ethan or Viper are going to move on to the finals. And it is going to be Ethan with a whole shot. 3.805 is going to be to 3.76 with a 6. And a 12 thou margin of victory on that. And so our final round here tonight is going to be Kari versus Ethan. So here we are, final round tonight. Ethan's going to start his burnout. Kari's going to start their burnout, and I'll be interested to see who wins this shootout. Both of them have fast cars. I'm just hoping we don't get a red light. Thinking positive. Oh, Kari jumps. Luckily, he didn't light the bulbs yet. Oh, and we get a green start. This should be a good one, guys. And it's going to be Kari Royalty, 3.70 with an 8. It's going to be to 3.80 with a 5. Both around 210 miles an hour. Margin of victory of 98 thou. So just under a 1/10 of a second victory there. And that should do it for us tonight. Let's go ahead and go down, if they're doing it, to the winner's circle here at ReeseTooTuff's Pro 275 Shootout. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, I am going to continue to try to stream as much as I can. If you guys are on the Bounty Drag Racing Discord and want to request an event that I can do, please direct message me. My username is same as on here, Squiddy T-Balls, Squidward Tennis Balls on Discord. Now here is our winner and runner-up. So anyway, that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next stream, which will be announced on the Discord.